Let's do it. Josh now has job in factory of an engineering shop. Now one comes down, holds it in. Terrible way to die, Josh.
It is just an endless maze.
Here's one I made earlier. Found myself a job, mate. How would you like to see a factory tour to see how farm machinery is made?
Because we're heading to Eastern Europe to see the FPM factory with the guys from Farm Tech Supplies.
Now, Farm Tech Supplies have recently taken on FPM machinery, and you've probably seen other videos that we've done back in the summer with their haymaking equipment, mowers, tedders and rakes, etc. But we're going to go over to see their full range and full complement of different machinery and see how it's made from start to finish.
Get on the plane?
Let's go find that plane.
Let's go.
Thank you for flying Wizz Air.
So we've arrived in Serbia and we're now at the FPM factory.
So we are going to show you around from start to finish about how the agricultural machinery is made here at the FPM factory. Now they do hay turners, they do
tedders,
rakes, they do mowers, they do mulchers, they do flails, power harrows, cultivation equipment, two-wheel tractors and a load of other machinery. We're probably going to start with what, metal cutting, I think is where we're going to...
They don't paint it first. So.
No, well, that's very true. They don't paint it first. So metal cutting, I reckon, is going to be first. Depending on which way we go around the tour, I guess. So you're going to find this out with us.
So the factory itself is 50, or the whole site is 50,000 square metres.
Yes.
The actual factory and buildings is 20,000 square metres. Over 250 employees. And they've been going since 1961.
Yeah, so there's a lot of history here, and it's time we went and had a look around. So let's set sail. So storage, laser cutting and folding and everything, Josh, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, which is going to be really interesting because I've never seen laser cutting or CNC or anything like that. So
right, yeah. FPM machinery, how it's made. Let's do it. Straight into the storage area. So they keep all their steel, and they keep it all inside, which is quite interesting, whereas a lot of factories I've been to otherwise keep their steel outside. But look at the size of that, which I'm presuming would be a flail roller for the back. That is just immense. Because FPM paint all of their machinery, that's probably why they keep it inside, whereas factories I've been to before, like a trailer factory who galvanise everything, generally I think the galvanised works better if it's slightly not quite so clean on the outside, so that's possibly why they do it. But let me know in the comments below if you know any more. That is one big plasma cutter. It'll probably take like a 20-foot by 8-foot sheet on there. And he's just about to start going as well. He's made his first mark. Fantastic. There's no getting away from it. I really want a CNC plasma cutter. Even just a 4-foot by 4-foot one would be perfect. But it's quite expensive. Now we're coming into it. Brilliant. You can only presume that that is a rolling machine of some kind for rolling big plate steel. Just want an offcut bin. I want to be able to use all those offcuts. Massive guillotine. Which that is probably what, 6mm plate there. That goes in there and just literally slices through it like butter. Big old bandsaw. Cutting some steel rod. I think our man here is making some gear covers to put it into the roller machine. Turns up his ends first for it to slide in. In they go. And there it is, a nice little gearbox cover. Josh and I are just trying to work out what this machine is. But my Serbian isn't that good. But by the drill, there's swarf down there, look.
it definitely severs something, I think.
It severs probably your fingers, I suppose.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know what that machine does. We'll have to find out. Here is just one massive punch. And that is all the different dies that go into the punch to be able to create all the different holes and bits and pieces they need in the steel. What a weapon. So that's more of the older gear, Josh.
Yeah.
I think it's time we had a look at some of the more modern cutting equipment. Laser room are in the laser room. Look at this.
Look at that.
So as those components are cut out, they are pretty much ready to use, ready to weld, ready to fabricate and join onto other components. Whereas with a plasma cutter, you've got to clean off the swarf afterwards.
So that is our 5x5 sheet that's in the later cutter. And that whole thing takes 2 hours 52 minutes to cut.
So that's a lot of little components, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
but it shows you how precise it is with cutting though, doesn't it?
it does. As you can see, these components are ready to weld. They are so clean on the outside. Perfect. And then in this box over here, this is all the offcuts and swarf. So when it cuts a hole out, it sort of goes down through the middle of the hole first, then comes out to the edge, and then goes all the way around the outside. These are slightly bigger components, but in thinner sheets. That's probably about 3 mil it's cutting there. As you can see, it cuts out all the holes, all the different lines going up through, and it's extremely efficient. And Josh is rustling through the bins as usual.
New bottle opener.
A new bottle opener.
Swag bag that.
Now, if you watch our vlog videos, you'll know that I've got a little 4-foot box and pan metal folder, or metal bender as some people will call it. Now, this is a monstrous one. This is huge, where you can put in, I think, up to 12 mil or 15 mil steel, and it'll bend it like it's nothing. So hopefully he's going to give us a demonstration on how that works. So this is what this machine will do. So make lots of different continuous bends on metal, and with the DRO system that's over there, you can program it in to make one component. So you make that bend on the first bend, that's the second bend, that's the third bend, that's the fourth bend, and the machine can be programmed to know exactly where it needs to be at each time. Right, so Josh is going to have a go himself by putting a piece in and bending it.
Into there.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, right, so Josh now has job in factory.
Nice.
Good news is that Josh has a new job. Bad news is that
I've got to relocate.
I need to find another presenter. We are in milling and drilling.
Milling and drilling.
Milling and drilling. Josh has done the bending, now we're going to do some drilling. What a pillar drill that is, eh? Look at it. What a monster.
Look at this. This drills 5 holes in one go. I've never seen a drill like that before, have you?
No.
That is.
That's obviously some sort of hub, isn't
Look
it?
at that up there, the drive shaft coming through with the U-gauge. You see that?
That's mad, isn't it? You should imagine
Absolutely
there'd almost be right-hand cutting and left-hand cutting drill bits. Just because, oh no, they're not. No, they're all
All the same way.
They're all the same way. Just because the way the gears are there, if that's going round, you'd think that one would be going one way, one would be going the other, wouldn't you? I'd love to see in there, see how that actually all works. That's awesome. There's probably about 50 people in here, 50 different machines working away. Josh is on the pull with his pulleys.
Well, they're like dumbbells.
I have no idea what's happening, but they're doing something. Time to step it up a gear. That is so pretty.
Yeah, the fire comes out of it.
It's so nice to see.
Harden the metal.
Satisfying.
Yeah.
But here at the FPM factory, they don't just make components for themselves, for their own machinery. They also make a load of gears and gearboxes and other production items for other manufacturers. Now, this machine here, which I didn't know what it was just now, is actually a metal hardener. So it's a blast furnace. So for the gears, once they've been machined and made, they then go into this to be hardened so that they know that those gears aren't going to degrade as quickly as they would if they weren't. Man over here milling out the gears as we speak. Just pouring out a cam. And he's done. So Josh has found a box of components. Now, anyone in the comments, let us know where that part there and what machine that part there is used for or can be used for.
And it's cast metal, that as well.
I'll give you a clue. There we go. Let us know in the comments if you know or think you know what that part is. Wrong answers are good as well. This is a threading machine. So on that very component we're talking about, this machine here cuts all the threads in the end of the fingers. We just come back to the blast furnace, so we'll be able to see what's happening inside. You see the flames there roaring. That is some heat for sure. Pulling out the hardened steel. That is mega hot. The machine pulls away. So yes, it's come out of the furnace and now it's going into the cooling chamber. So heat and quenching. Ooh, shiny. Of an engineering shop. We are now in the welding shop. Look at the robot welder. two of them. One's holding the item ready to be welded in place, and the other one's welding it onto what looks like a flail rotor. Amazing. Oh, that is just beautiful, isn't it? And that one comes down and holds it in. Mate, tacks it in place. How he goes? That is poetry in motion. Beautiful. Quite neat, they've all got their own little bays going down through here. Man, and they're grinding away on some components who've been welded together. Getting all ready. Not sure what welders they are. I was expecting Megatronic, if I'm honest. Not sure what that is, a FPM. The welder they got there is a Dea Vastrode. And over here welding up the headstock. There we go, look at those welds. Good man. What a job. Well, they do have a magma welder. Can't see any Lincoln Electric though. I love a Lincoln Electric. Ooh, they have a new brush boy in town. Hi brush boy.
They've demoted me from bender to broom boy.
This is their giant sandblaster. So once all the components are made, they can go into there to be all cleaned off, hung on all these little hooks, so they can go in there and get cleaned.
That's your granular, isn't it? That it blasts off there.
Glass granules. See if I can focus on your hand. There we go. Ooh. So the items go in looking like that, and they come out looking like that, all ready for the paint shop. Now coming into the assembly lines and storage areas of some stuff that's painted and some stuff that hasn't been painted yet. But look at those welds that those robots are doing. That is phenomenal. Beautiful. So you've got the whale tail flail there, look. And then you've got the Y style flail there, which is more of a grass flail, but that's more of a scrub flail.
Yes, Jane. Putting together the wheel rakes that we've done a video on back in the summer, and they're still very manual. Look how they go in each time, every nut and bolt.
Yeah.
Good job.
So one of our videos where we used that real rake, and the previous one to that, I assembled that rake. So definitely worth watching on our vlog channel, Find It, Fix It, Farm It. We're into the paint area, where he's painting the flail shafts. And that's the powder coating furnace in here. Terrible way to die, Josh.
It is.
Right, let's shut him in.
Everyone does that.
Gone.
Everyone does that, don't they? Let's see if it's dry.
There's me man, powder coating with his powder coating gun. So if you look all the way back there, you see those bars. Components get hung on there, and then they come through these machines. Now they come through here first, and they'll get washed. So you can see here, there's a washing process up through there, so then they get cleaned, and then they go around here in a big spiral motion, and then go back here into the furnace to dry. So everything's washed and dried, and then it'll go into the powder coat at the other end.
Just an endless maze.
It is a maze. We're now in assembly, into the assembly area, and where they've got loads of different components stored and stacked up. Vast quantities of rotavator rotors, shafts for more rotavators, feet to go onto, the rollers that go behind the flails, and now we're onto a massive process line of disc mowers. The man's here putting all the disc mower beds and everything all together, and that is a process line all the way down through here. Look how many disc mowers they're putting together. So they're little small ones, and then we move on to the big ones. That's like that must be one of their 3.2. Yeah, that's a DFK 320, so 3.2 meters. That is a 10 foot disc mower. 3.2, isn't it? That is immense. And then here, they've got the flail mower assembly area. All these flail mowers are being assembled. And again, lots of parts bins and accessories all ready to be added on. So here is a 1.5 metre flail that is just about to be started to be assembled. And here's one I made earlier. Good Blue Peter fashion. That's what that will look like in about an hour's time. Just going to check out a new machine that's just been developed and been assembled, which is the new offset mulcher. So this is the new offset mulcher, which is the 2 metre version. So you have it as a normal flail. You see the flails going around. Offset, so you're not driving with your work before you've cut it. There we go. You can see it's right out on the side now. There she goes. Look at that, oh no, 90 degrees up, look at that. What a weapon. And just so you know, they've got it behind a Solis RX60. Don't see many red ones around. Something a bit different, Josh.
Yeah, I'm gonna like this.
We have some 2-wheel tractors. That's groovy, doesn't it?
Yeah. Should we say we see some attachments?
Now FPM make the 2-wheel tractors, but they also make them for Agria and also the gearboxes. So 2 models of the Agria range that is on the market are made actually by FPM, which is more of his comfort zone now.
Yeah, side discharge mower with a diesel engine, rotavator, mini one.
Yeah, little mini right
The
there.
wheel on the front of it.
Yes, that's driven. That's a wheel-driven wheel, mate.
Look at that. Got headlights on this one. For when you want to go rotavating in the dark.
Is that Brum? Looks like Brum's rotavator.
Yeah.
Another one up here.
Absolute weapons, aren't they?
But that's their 2-wheel tractor, that is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can put lots of different attachments on it. I'm presuming these are the gearboxes being made for Agria. They are sexy, aren't they? Now, after a nice lunch and some wine, Josh.
Absolutely beautiful, wasn't it?
It was very nice. It was very nice. We're very full. We have come to the finished product warehouse, where everything's all stacked up, waiting for delivery. We'll also show you outside in a moment. But this is where everything gets stored, ready to be shipped. PTO shafts, we've got pallets of stuff. We've got disc mowers all palleted up, ready to go. We've got some of the 2-wheel tractors, some of the smaller disc mowers, some of the larger disc mowers. This just looks like it's all disc mowers. And even some water. More 2-wheel tractors at the end. And then everything else you can think of. And then rotavators all the way around there. Right down to here.
Here we go. Here's the finished product, or one of, power harrow. Oh God.
Josh found himself a job in bending. I've been taken on as a forklift driver.
There you go. Doesn't look like we're coming back from Serbia. On and gone, as they say.
This is some of the outside storage down through here. Snow plows, we didn't see any of them. Rakes, got some power harrows there. More rakes, a lot more rakes. That was a ton of rakes. Well, probably more than a ton. 20 ton of rakes. And there's some tedders. You might remember this from our previous video, where I used a 6-star FPM 600/6. More rakes. It goes on and on. And then it carries on through there to all of their flails and mulchers up through there, ready to be put into dealerships. So there we are, Josh. A fantastic factory tour.
Brilliant.
Going around, seeing all the production of how farm equipment is made and the processes that go into it. Now, FPM have been extremely good hosts. They have looked after us. They have let me drive a forklift on their warehouse. They've let you do some bending.
Well fed, well watered.
Yeah, and there's not many factories that let us do that, that's for sure. So we've had a fantastic time. Now, FPM is a growing brand in the UK, and if you're a dealer and looking for a new brand to take on, it'd be very wise to contact Farm Tech Supplies, because they are going to get bigger and they're going to get better, and they're going to be very, very good at it. So make sure you check them out. And also, if you're an end user, then speak to your dealers asking if they're going to be getting them in stock. And I'm sure you'll be seeing them at lots of county and local shows around our beautiful Great Britain.
And if you haven't checked out our other videos we've done on them during the summer, so we had a mower and a tedder video.
Yeah.
We did the rakes as well, so we had the
Yes, indeed.
Acrobat style, or the
Yeah,
sun rake.
wheel rake, sun rake, yeah, and the single row rakes. We had the DK mower and we had the 6-star tedder. So yeah, definitely check those videos out. We'll link them at the end. Thank you very much for watching. We're now going to go out for dinner again. So
sounds good.
That sounds brilliant. And then we're going to fly home. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.
Who's that in the forklift?
Found
It's
myself a job.
James.
Found myself a job, mate.
There we go. We might both be staying in Serbia. Oh, he hasn't found himself a job.